in the morning. Today is the day why we avoided going offshore, because it's gonna get a little bit nasty out there today anyways. In here we should have, in here as in the Pamlico Sound, we should have some pretty good wind to get us across the little part of the sound that we're in. We're gonna go from Elizabeth City to the start of the Alligator Canal at the very least. So I'll show you guys here. Right, Elizabeth City, all the way down to the opening of this branch, across the way, and into this branch, and probably anchor about somewhere in there. And then tomorrow we do the Alligator Canal. Today we got wind, so we'll use it to get across here. Tomorrow should be a calmer day, and we'll be motoring across the canal anyways, so it should line up pretty good. But yeah, we're gonna have, you know, somewhere around 15 knots of wind in here. We should. Out here it's gonna be more like 30, so happy to be sailing in here and not out there. Anyways, we got some water that are boiling. I'm gonna have to grind up some coffee beans. We're getting low on coffee, and we only have 1 pound of ground beef left and maybe like a couple sweet potatoes. But we do have flour. We can make bread and biscuits and all that good stuff. Maybe we can even catch a fish. Who knows? I just don't really want to eat the bluefish, man, unless I have to. I really did not like the bluefish too much the one time that I tried it. I'd much rather be eating tuna, but we could potentially get some sea trout in here, I think, maybe. And those are pretty good too. It's like a white fish, you know. When you say sea trout, you think it's gonna be like a trout, you know, like a pink. And it's funny because I think the more common name for the sea trout is red drum, yet they're white fish. Very, very interesting. But they're beautiful. They look like, it looks like a cross between a trout and a tuna. It looks like a tuna and a trout had sexual intercourse, and that's their child, is the sea trout, or the red drum. Okay, I'm rambling. Let's okay. Coffee is the subject of the matter here. Talking about fish, just random shit. Am I a crackhead, guys? Am I a crackhead? Let me know in the comments. I'm a crackhead. I don't even need crack. I'm a crackhead. Yeah, it's not gonna work because we have to turn the power on. The power. I got the power. I got the power. I got the power. I just turned the power on. Power for crushing beans. Crush beans, power crush beans. Make bean juice, power, make me bean juice. Okay, alright, I'm a crackhead. Okay, alright, it is time to make some coffee. Okay, Alright. It's about to be light outside. So it's time to make some coffee. And we do it like that. They might do it like this. They might do it like that, but we do it like this. Okay? Okay. More consciousness will have you switching from that to this, and you don't wish or hope, you know. You just know. You know everything is good. You know that your brother who is walking right into the pit of a volcano, he is good because God wants him to go there. Otherwise, why would he go there? So why would you care? Why would you worry? Why would you worry at all? If you have any faith, if you have an ounce of faith, why would you worry at all about your brother doing whatever it is he feels like he needs to do? Why would you worry about your brother who is in depression? Maybe God wants him to go into depression so that he can take something out of that depression and carry it with him for the rest of his life. You want him to avoid depression, but God wants him to go to depression so he can learn something. So who are you to tell the man who is riding a bike in the winter to be safe? Maybe God wants him to fall off his bike and hit his head and go into a coma for 2 months and learn something from that and take something out of his experience wherever he went while he was in his coma. He will take that for the rest of his life. He was supposed to be there. But you told him to be safe and you wouldn't let him ride the bike in the winter. So now he doesn't have that experience that God wanted him to have, even though you thought that it would be a bad one. There is no such thing, because good things come out of everything. Do you understand? We need to start talking and acting and doing and aligning with this. We need to start aligning with this, otherwise everything will always stay the same. This is how we progress. This is how we gain consciousness, guys. Okay? I hope you are listening. Yeah. Why would you guys listen to a crackhead, right? Why would you? If I'm just a crackhead, why would you even listen to me? Riding into the sunrise. more than ever, more than ever. Oh God. You know, people study so that they can get the diploma, so that they can get the job, so that they can get the money. People study in the markets so that they can get the money. People study a lot, and usually the goal is money. People will say they want to be a doctor, they want to be a lawyer, they want to be this, they want to be that. But most of those people, they want to be those things because of the pay. I study to know myself, to understand this life, to be closer to God, so that I can live out my purpose and my mission. That's why I study. Emily, did you ever think that at the age of 30 you would be sailing around the world by yourself? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never thought that. I figured I would be married, have a house and some dogs and some cats maybe and some kids. Probably married to my high school sweetheart. That's what I would have thought. It's a dang good thing it didn't happen though, because look where we are, boys. And I don't know if you can see up there, if you look real close, somewhere under the sun, there's beautiful women who are loyal and loving. Yes, they're there somewhere. We're gonna go find them. The thing about sailing is a lot of people don't want to go out in wind like this because it means a rougher sea state, right? But this is the kind of wind that'll take you places, you know? I get it, it's scary. It is. It genuinely is. Like, imagine being out here with this wind at night, you know what I mean? You're like trying to anchor. It's like me when I was coming up the Potomac and I had to anchor outside of the bridge in a place where people don't anchor. I anchored on a shelf, basically, underneath me. And then a storm came through, and it's pitch black out there, and like the waves, you know, I got like 3-4 foot waves knocking me around, the wind blowing me at anchor. My anchor clip snapped off. My anchor's dragging 3-4 times. I'm out there by myself, man. It's scary. But you do just gotta go sometimes, man, because we're on a sailboat, bro. We gotta be sailing. Can't just be motoring and glass water all the time. This is what sailing is. We gotta use the wind, boys. Don't be afraid of the wind, use it. We are just now pulling into Alligator River. Going pretty straight into the wind at the moment. And our anchorage should be up there in about 30 minutes. Once we anchor, I'm thinking I'm gonna jump in and go catch an alligator for dinner. So we'll see how that goes. Let's get to anchor first though. Anchor's down. Interesting spot here. Interesting spot here. Honestly, the Pamlico Sound is, well, I guess this isn't the Pamlico Sound. This is whatever you want to call it. The freaking sound here between Virginia and North Carolina that has like a tiny strip of land that just gets battered by the ocean, but also protects this whole sound of water. I guess they call it a sound. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, interesting place. Interesting place. It's funny the lengths humans will go to like bring society to places. Like definitely people shouldn't be building houses on that strip that separates the ocean from the sound here, but there are houses all along it and they fall down every year. And we got like grocery stores and, you know, all the regular societal normal shit in a place where that just gets battered by hurricanes and shit all the time. And it's like, why? Like, just leave this place to nature, bro. Why are we? It's an industry, I guess. Destroy and rebuild, destroy and rebuild, destroy and rebuild. Keep the money flowing, keep the nothingness flowing. You know, I do think that as a man, if you like always got a clean fade and you always smell like cologne and you're always like, your look is always like on point, yeah, wouldn't really consider you a man. Like, there should be weeks where you are like so into your work or whatever it is that you're doing that you forget to shower, forget to eat, forget to brush your hair and whiten your teeth and shave your face and make sure your beard is like trimmed up and on point, and go to the barber once every week to make sure you're... No, bro. That's not what a man is. We men, we get dirty, bro. We get dirty. We get down and dirty. We get lost in the sauce, man. And then, you know, and then we realize, holy shit, we're dirty as fuck. I haven't had a haircut in a month. I guess it's time to go to the city. I guess it's time to put down my work and take care of myself for 12 hours. For 2 hours. The sign isn't hooked up to the hot water, man. It's not hooked up to the hot water, man. Why didn't I take the time to make that a project while I had this thing taken apart anyways? I was so eager to get going. Imagine hot water coming out of this right now. Alright, shut the fuck up, Emily, and spray yourself with the water! Ah! I'm melting! I'm melting! I'm freezing. Holy cow! That water is icy, icy, icy.